in 2017, which gave a mayor absolute power. Would you as mayor return the Mayor Council Act back to its original form, and how would you accomplish that?
So I want to be clear, the mayor do not have absolute power. It changed two things. One down in Montgomery. It gave the mayor 2 appointments on the waterworks, and it changed related to the budget process. Again, that a state legislator on this day is championed and voted for. With that said, there is nothing wrong with the process now as it relates to how I engage the city council. Notice that there are no city councilors on this stage running for mayor. Here's why. One of the reasons why. They decided not to run, but here's another reason. I have a great working relationship with the council. The reason things are so smooth at City Hall, the reason you all can't pull out your popcorn and hope look for a show and we're fighting and all of that, is because I have a tremendous amount of respect for them. And we go through a process together where I get their requests, their needs, their issues from the districts they represent. We co-listen to the residents. We co-agree to a budget process, and we do that every year. And that is why it's been so smooth. If you want to change course, just know there are folks on this stage that do not have the ability to work with others, and things would go back to the way they were, not the change in the Mayor Council Act, but the bad relationships between mayor and council.
That was a rebuttal, Mr. Banner.
The city of Birmingham needs a mayor that is mature enough to handle the role and responsibilities that he took under that oath of office years ago. Birmingham has no kings. We have a bifurcated system of government for a reason. What is lacking in City Hall is a level of maturity. I was one of those persons who voted to change the Mayor Council Act back then. Why? Because there was so much friction and gridlock within the city of Birmingham. Never envisioning that we would have a person that is so immature, who has decided to hold all the power within their hands, who refuses to allow for an executive, legislative, and judicial branch of government to work for itself. That is why we have one lobbyist who answers to the mayor. That is why the Waterworks Board is gone now, because the mayor knew and he failed to do it. And I am the same legislator who moved into the city of Birmingham last year, for which the law says that you move in within 90 days of the election.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Are y'all answering that same question?
No, it was a rebuttal. He said a legislator, Ms. Gales.
I get the question.
Frank, okay, Mr. Woodson. The Mayor Council Act was changed in 2017, which gave absolute power. Would you as mayor return the Mayor Council Act to its original form, and how would you accomplish that?
I'll say this right here. We're seeing in real time play out in Washington, D.C. what it looks like when we don't have a balance of power. That's what it looks like. I knew that it would happen. That's why I voted for Kamala Harris, without a doubt. That they would acquiesce to that executive leader, just as it appears that this council has done, until I really read the Council Act and saw where they believed that they were hand-tied and the like. I don't trust flesh. I don't trust humanity. When you have privileges that others don't have, it's easy for you to feel superior. The city council, they all have new cars. They're making record money and record profit. When we have it like this, there's no check, there's no balance. I mean, we couldn't stand and fight together for the Waterworks Board, our delegation. The executive branch of the city and our 3 state senators, they went different directions. One was silent, the other one said we might as well go along. Why were they not on the same page? Until we got to getting the mayor a pay raise. All of a sudden, everybody's on the same page during the same time, you all. We need checks and balances, and we need a council that has more teeth to hold the mayor accountable.
Thank you, Mr. Woodson. Ms. Caban.
Would you repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am. The Mayor Council Act has changed in 2017, was changed in 2017, which gave absolute power. Would you as mayor return the Mayor Council Act to its original form, and how would you accomplish that?
I will acquiesce to the wishes and desires of the people. This mayor 8 years ago ran on a ticket, and he swore to the people when he asked you for your vote, that would be one of the first initiatives that he would take into consideration and ask the legislature. For the last 8 years, I've spoken to this mayor every year at the beginning of the session. And one of the things that he did not want opened up was the Mayor Council Act. And if you notice, for 8 years, it has not. And usually by now we have it open and we will make modifications. But at the request of this mayor who says he doesn't want the power, and that he has such a superb city council, a city council for which if you see on Tuesday, they don't hardly open their mouth to ask one question, debate, or deliberate with this particular mayor. So at the end of the day, make it make sense is we're going to fact check, because I have legislators lined up that would vouch for me on every word that I just said. So I want you to come on and rebut this, because at the end of the day, this is about maturity. This is about someone who is not trying to be a king, a monarch, and have a monarch walking around here talking on the, with the Michael Jackson tone and mumbling through his teeth when he's doing all other type of evil, low-down, hateful things, such as paying people to harass me publicly, verifiable by the Alabama Bureau of Investigation. Thank you.
Thank you. You got 45 seconds, Mr. Woodfin.
Well, I will tell you this, everybody. State Representative Gavan and I don't talk every year. But when we did talk back in 18, I want to be very clear what she told me. Mayor, don't try to open up the Mayor Council Act, because you will be opening up Pandora's box. Those were her exact words. Let me be very, very clear. You've heard everything she just said. I told y'all yesterday, people running out of spite. If you can't hear that spite and pettiness and vindictiveness in her voice, a person who just ran for Congress in a district she didn't live in, and now is running for mayor in a city she doesn't live in, what's your next question?
All right. Let's go to Mr. Rice, is where we are right now. No, Mr. Gavan just finished. We're at Mr. Rice, right?
Okay, yes.
Let's go, Mr. Rice.
When it comes to the Mayor Council Act, we can't just change it and reverse it back to what it was. We must go back to 1999 when Mayor William Bell lost the election to Bernard Kincaid. All 5 city councilors voted against Bernard Kincaid to make sure he didn't have additional power to add a city ordinance that would address issues associated with the Mayor Council Act. Then now we have to go to 2016 when Mayor William Bell and others changed the Mayor Council Act to add more power because there was friction. Number 2, the Mayor Council Act was created in 1955, implemented around 1960s. I will not just reverse anything back, because that was created in the time of Jim Crow. We must look at everything, and we must compare it to the entire country to make sure we have the best governing structure for our citizens. The first thing I would do is grant power to the City Council to start reviewing the Mayor Council Act. I want to make sure they have their own attorney, because I want to make sure we have separation of powers in the city of Birmingham. The executive branch shall not do the duties of the legislative branch, and the legislative branch shall not do the duties of the judicial branch. I want to make sure that City Council has an appropriate voice, appropriate attorneys, so they can speak for the people.
Thank you. Ms. Skiles.
Well, I was a city council member that was actually affected by the change of the 2016 Mayor Council Act. And one of the things that I'm very clear on is that it is absolutely true that when this mayor ran, he said that he was going to get the Mayor Council Act reversed or changed. And the reason being is because the 2016 Act was to help William Bell. And it was a saying of, you know, hey, well, he had absolute power. Yeah, well, all kind of stuff happened at City Hall because of that. Now, you can't see it being wrong when this person worked for his boss and ran against his boss, and now you mad and saying, well, we get along fine. I'm sure you do, when all of you and most city council members are being funded by the same folk. Yet when it comes down to the neighborhoods, you want to say that they're going on a field trip. You talking about a free job, and when they get the opportunity to have any kind of development, that's a field trip. You want to have something in your community, that's a fun day. But you're trying to even merge all of that together. And let me say this before you go there with this little fact check. 8 years, and you want to say I ran for 3 offices, that's Not only is it true, but let's talk about the facts, because I already know where it's going. Number one, I stayed on the council for 9 years, never ran for anything else. I ran for commission because I saw quickly he was not going to do what he said he was going to do. And I needed to look out for the people that I had convinced to vote for him. I am now running for mayor because 47% of my district is Birmingham, and he's absolutely made me and everyone else out of a lie. So we're not going to be tricked by the politics. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Scales. Rebuttal, 45 seconds.
Yes, sir, as we've seen, the personal pettiness continues to rear its head, so let me just say this, and let me be very clear. 2017, Branchford City Council, 2018, County Commission, 2021, Mayor, 2022, County Commission, 2025, Mayor, over and over running for various offices. That is happening right now on the stage. People are playing musical chairs to get to different seats. They don't want to serve people, they want power.
James,
That's to keep it accurate.
Okay.
Commissioner
to keep it
Tyson,
accurate.
you got 45.
Scales, Tyson behind you, Scales right here.
Commissioner Scales.
Okay, number one,
Let's keep it accurate.
Thank
you got
you.
45 seconds.
Absolutely. 17, I was a council member, and the only council member that helped you to run for mayor. Let's be clear on that. 2018 is when I ran for county commission. I went over in November. And now in 21, I ran because you, sir, have not made good on not one promise that you've made to this city. And in 25, you still lying to this city, and the people of Birmingham know about it. So when you want to state my record, I'm not like none of these other folk up here. I'm telling you to your face. You tell the truth. Now that's a fact. Now you can fact check that. Thank you.
Thank you. Since Representative Van was mentioned, 45 seconds.
Since I am a person who believes in democracy and the Constitution of the United States, you don't have to live in a district to run for Congress. It's called me making the decision for myself. At the end of the day, you can pretend to stand here in front of these people and act like the wounded goat. You have 1,000 people that have died under your leadership during the pandemic. 1,000 mothers and fathers because of your dereliction of duty, regardless of where you live. And if you live in the city of Birmingham, you haven't done anything with what you had to work with, living where you live, for the people who elected you in the place that you stay. With that being said, Mr. Moderator, I appreciate you for the opportunity to respond to this CEO.
Thank you. Let's go to the next question, please. And we're starting.